Hey YouTube, how art thou? I hope thou art good. Welcome back to part one of the top dangerous areas in Baltimore, Maryland. Hey, I got a question. When I was in Baltimore, Maryland, I seen some weird activity. One of the things was people were walking at the, say like the edge of the street, and they were just pointing. If you know what that is, can you comment? I seen some stuff. I don't know if it was drug activity. I seen some people. I don't want to say that they were on drugs because I didn't, witness them take the drugs. So I just seen like a lot of weird stuff. But anyway, welcome back to part one. Stay tuned for my top dangerous areas in Baltimore, Maryland. Number 9, Brooklyn, Curtis Bay. Now, this area has a population of 13,252 people. There are 2,907 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people, and this area has 59% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. Total crimes in this area is 264% higher than the nation's average, and the total crimes are 9,382 crimes out of every 100,000 people. Make sure you guys stay till the end for some Baltimore trivia. Number 8, Greenmount East. This area has a population of 11,041 people. There are 2,924 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 59% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime is 251% higher than the nation's average, and there are 9,045 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Number 7, Pulaski. This area has a population of 475 people. There are 2,933 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 60% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. Total crime in Pulaski, I don't know if I'm saying it right, Pulaski, but the total crime is 292% higher than the nation's average, and the total crimes is 10,126 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Number 6, Fairfield area. Now, this area has a population of 530 people. There are 2,933 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 60% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime in this area is 292% higher than the nation's average, and the total crimes is 10,126 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Number 5, Highlandtown. This area has a population of 11,496 people. There are 3,062 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 67% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime is rated 280% higher than the nation's average, and the total crimes is 9,808 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Number 4, B-Ray area. I don't know if I'm saying it right. B-Ray, Berea. But this area has a population of 5,628 people. There are 3,073 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 68% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime is rated 262% higher than the nation's average, and there are 9,335 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Trivia time. The National Great Blacks in Wax Museum was the country's first wax museum of A, African American history, B, black matter, C, darkness, or D, Jimmy Fisher. you guessed A, African American history, then you are correct. Number 3, Cherry Hill. Cherry Hill has a population of 7,843 people. There are 3,116 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 70% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime is 211% higher than the nation's average, and there are 8,018 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Number 2, West Baltimore. West Baltimore has a population of 52,160 people. There are 3,167 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 73% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crime is 322% higher than the nation's average. The total crimes is 10,900 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. And number 1, Hopkins, Middle East. This area has a population of 7,746 people. There are 3,600 violent crimes out of every 100,000 people. This area has 96% more crime than the rest of Baltimore. The total crimes is 334% higher than the nation's average, and there are 11,201 total crimes out of every 100,000 people. Yeah, so there you guys have it. That is the list. Thanks for staying with me till the end. Those are the top dangerous areas in Baltimore from 20 to 1. If you plan on moving to Baltimore, despite this list, please, drop a comment and let me know your experience. Or even if you live in Baltimore already right now, drop a comment and let me know your experience. Is this list accurate? So make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe, if you want. Until next time, I wish you guys nothing but the best.